All right. This afternoon, we're going to talk about some orchestration and security. So, your password should be in a vault and not taped to the steering wheel, right? Don't put it on the steering wheel. Real talk. One at one of my previous companies, we brought in this vendor to help speed up delivery on a new integration. I started poking around their GitHub repo, and there it was, hard coded credentials, not just any credentials, production usernames, passwords, even connection strings, just sitting plain text inside of Python scripts. They were pushing these to GitHub with every commit, just like it was no big deal. And when I brought it up, their lead dev said, "Oh, it's just a test account." Spoiler alert, it was out there for everybody to see. That one mistake could have cost us a data breach and compliance validations all over the place. Be sure that you are out there using key vaults, you're creating secrets, you're using secret manager if you're in AWS or in GCP. Be sure that you're locking those credentials down. Do not put them plain text in your Python scripts. Don't put them plain text in your ADF pipelines. Just don't do it. Um, but this is going to be the theme for the week for the channel: orchestration and security. Be sure that you're triggering security in all of the pipelines that you're creating. Don't just let anyone press that big red button that says, secure your pipelines and your triggers. Use token validation, identity-based access, and IP restrictions. If your pipelines are sitting there wide open, it's really like leaving your garage door up during a thunderstorm and hoping that nobody notices and you don't have a garage full of raccoons when you wake up the next morning. So, you know, again, orchestration and security are going to be the name of the game for this week. If a pipeline, talking about alerting and monitoring, if a pipeline fails in the forest and no one's around to hear it, does anybody know that there was a failure? Real orchestration means visibility. Set alerts for critical path failures. Be sure that you're using Teams, email, even text messaging, SMS. You know, create your dashboards around all of that type of monitoring and alerting, whatever fits your team and your organization, but make sure that somebody knows when something is going wrong. Okay. And I see that people have joined. Say hello. Let me know that you're here, and let me know where you're calling in from if you've not joined us before. So super excited again for a Monday afternoon to jump on. And hey, um, so yes. So again, orchestration and Um, for those of you that are out there and here today, again, say hello. Let me know that you're here. Let me know that you could hear me. Using this microphone. Again, as you can see, I'm in the Jeep. So in the Jeep today, but say hello. Let me know that you could hear me, and let me know what your thoughts are on orchestration and security. Okay, so last few sentences here about what I wanted to cover today. Again, if your orchestration setup is missing guardrails, missing those security pieces, you're building on luck and not logic, right? You're really going on a wing and a prayer and hoping that nobody is going to jump in there and start using those credentials and find them some way. You're let me know it down in the comments. Drop your biggest pipeline oops down in the chat, and I'll continue to share more of mine if you share yours as well. And hey, if you want more ways to not gamble with your data, hit that follow and check the description and subscribe to our newsletter. I've got a new newsletter on LinkedIn called Data with Direction. And so super excited about launching that as well this week. So again, let me know, if you're here, say hello. Let me know that you're here. Only seen Kubernetes orchestration. Okay. So this week, we're going to talk about not just Kubernetes, but we're going to talk about ADF orchestration. We're going to I'm going to, break open a little bit of Airflow, and we're going to talk about DAGs in our data engineering 101 lesson. So super excited about those and showing you that. So hopefully you get a chance to see that and learn from that. Super excited about that. All right. Like I said, probably not a real long stream today. Just trying to jump on for y'all here on a Monday afternoon, on a rainy, yucky Monday afternoon. Super warm. It's starting to get a little warm in the car, but wanted to talk. Just let you know what the subject and topic of the week's going to be, and maybe not drop my phone in the process. Maybe I'll just hold it. So just wanted to jump on, let you know what we're going to be talking about this week, and see if anybody had any thoughts or ideas on anything specific that they want to see covered within that realm of orchestration and security. All right. Well, I won't keep you all real long if there's nobody around. But again, as you all know, if you do have any comments, if you're watching the restream of this, the recording of this, then let me know down in the comments in the video if there's something in particular that you need or want me to cover about security and orchestration. One of the big things last week that people commented on that they'd like to see is how to access those those keys and those secrets that they store in Key Vault and Secret Manager. So that's something that we're going to be going over this week. We're going to talk through. We're going to talk through, and I'll show you some Python scripts on that you could use to access your Secret Manager in AWS and your Key Vault in Azure. Yeah, I mean, pipeline security is a big thing, right? It's important to make sure that so many people, I think, because it's so easy to do, you store your credentials just as without using Key Vault or Secret Manager, especially in like ADF pipelines, because it's easy to do. You just plug in your username and your password, and you have access to whatever object that you were trying to get access to. So it's important to use Key Vault even in those situations, even in because it might look secure, but it's really just it gets stored as plain text in a JSON file, right? When you push that to ADF to GitHub, if you have a GitHub connection. So make sure that you're using those connections to your Key Vault. All right. Well, Nikhil, thank you again for jumping on with me on a Monday afternoon. I appreciate you getting on. Let me know, down in the comments if anybody else has any other questions on orchestration and security, and we could talk through it real quick, or I'll make sure to include it in uh, the data engineering 101 lesson this week. Um, and aside from that, I'll let you all get back to your Monday. But thank you all for jumping on. Somebody else jumped on. Let me know who you are. Say hello, and let me know that you're here. Again, super excited to talk about orchestration and security this week. Be sure that if you don't follow me on LinkedIn, that you also follow me on LinkedIn. I've been posting a lot of stuff there. Talked a bit about some data modeling and the Snowflake and Star and Galaxy schemas over the weekend. That got a lot of a lot of discussion. So be sure you go out and check that out. It was an interesting conversation. So, all right. Well, thank you both again. Thank you all again for jumping on with me. Uh, continue. Shoot me an email. Let me know. Say hello if you have any questions or thoughts on orchestration security for this week as I continue to build out that content and build out that lesson for you all. Thanks again, and I will talk to you again soon.